weakness or using it against you, weaponizing that energy. Maybe using your childhood wounds against you, stuff like this, which I think is so freaking diabolical. Okay, this could have had to do with an Emperor energy. Deep down, Eight of Wands in the reverse. Some kind of disturbing news. Yeah, behind your back, there was like something that was being accelerated and maybe blocked, or you knew that maybe shots were being fired behind your back. But this is a bad backfire. Maybe deep down somebody knows that because of what they did behind your back. And it's like, instead of looking back, you looked forward towards, how do I level up to a boss that doesn't, so that people don't misperceive me. So maybe in the past you hadn't conquered your Queen of Swords yet. You know what I mean? Maybe in the past you were more of a Queen of Cups and you knew, okay, I can't deal with this shit, so I need to work on my boundaries, for instance. I need to break this cycle. And now it's like you're like, I'm going to be an Empress. I'm not going to chase anybody. I'm just not gonna, okay? Because this stresses me out. This like makes me really sad, and I feel like there's too many bad memories here, is what I'm getting. And you just couldn't. Yeah, you had to leave. Six of Swords. In the past, you had to go towards peace. And this, see those tumultuous waters? They look kind of freaky deaky in that ocean. They look a little stormy and unsafe here. And it's like, you know, that you're like, yo, I'm turning back. I'm not going. I'm gonna go back the other way, y'all. Okay, I'm not going through that. And it's like they wanted you to go through that, I feel like. But you're like, yeah, nah, we're gonna go towards peace, even if I'm gonna be alone. Because you realized I would rather be alone in my own safe energy than around people who could just lie to me about vacations and stab me in the freaking back. You know what I mean? Yeah. Here we go again. Two of Cups in reverse. Okay, yeah. So there was a separation. There was a breakup. There was resentment building, or something was confusing. Something wasn't balanced. There was a lack of reciprocity on one side of a relationship. Yeah, you could have felt, okay, you could have been dealing with a King of Cups in reverse. Maybe a distorted water masculine, or somebody with a blocked heart chakra, somebody that lacked empathy, somebody emotionally manipulative, shifty, hot and cold, unreliable, and at worst, very emotionally abusive. This is not somebody that is genuine or stable or kind, really. They weren't vulnerable with you. They could have used your sweetness against you. Yeah, but your strength was that you were able, through your, you know, that Virgo moon, or that Virgo, what was it? Virgo, what was it, y'all? It was Virgo something. That energy, it's like with that energy, you were able to get out of your head. You were able to liberate yourself from a horrible headspace and go towards peace, even though this was disturbing news, even though, and it all happened behind your back. It's like you focused on yourself is what I'm seeing here, because you found something to be a very hopeless situation with the Star in the reverse. You felt like, okay, this is definitely not my wish. This isn't what I'm manifesting. This isn't what I want. Like, if somebody loved me, they would never put me through a very harrowing looking scary water storm, okay, here. You know what I mean? It's like I noticed there's a lot of lights. There's like little fireflies here. There's like a little fire here. There's a little fire on this thing here. Okay. Maybe something about keeping the light on, you know, inside your heart, inside your spirit. I'm getting Aquarius energy, Taurus, Libra, water sign feminine, water sign masculine. I said Aquarius, right? If I didn't, Aquarius also. Yeah, you started healing. Could have been like a betrayal, a breakup. You know, and you focused on how to level up from Queen of Cups to Empress. Okay. You could have also had the idea maybe that the Empress, Okay. You could have also had the idea maybe that somebody's mother is the reason that they act a certain way, is what I'm hearing for some of you. All right, 5 of Wands in the reverse, and it's like you weren't going to be part of a conflict. You weren't going to compete. You just weren't going to do it. You weren't going to waste your energy on that. It's like, I'm going to put all that energy into leveling up here. Yeah, here we go. Another 10 of Pentacles. Because you know what kind of life you want. You deserve a life where you can be comfortable, money-wise, in your schedule, in your love, in your, like, you want a safe, stable, secure marriage and life, one where you could, like, have a partner that you build generational wealth with, one that makes sense. You wanted a legacy. I feel like you want a legacy, and it's like you weren't gonna get it with these types of energies. You just simply were not. And it's like you that's something you're not gonna negotiate, and that's how you know that you are an Empress, because an Empress would never. They know what they bring to the table. Why would somebody that brings so much to the table settle for less? It's like, no. Because you could do it on your own if you have to. Not that you should have to or that you want to, but it's like, you know what you bring to the table, so you're not going to negotiate. You're not going to compromise. There's certain things, it's not even about ego. It's just that you're not going to negotiate your divine femininity, your divinity. You're not going to do that. Yeah, 2 cups in the reverse. In the environment, there's a breakup. It's disturbing news. It's yeah. Something is just too much. Yeah, and it's like somebody's been trying to hold back. It's because somebody's holding back a marriage, or somebody's trying to hold on to a marriage, but it's not working. Or it's because you're holding on to your beliefs, you're holding on to your title, you're holding on to your institutional support, you're holding on to your morals. Like, it's like you're not gonna... Yeah, and somebody here now feels like a failure. They feel like they can't defend themselves. They can't... It's like they can't endure it anymore. Maybe this is you. Maybe you can't endure something anymore. Yeah, something here was overly, like... in the excess, like it was done. Somebody went way too far. They put way too much strain on something. It became volatile, or it felt unsafe. Like, and you're more of the energy that wants to take the peaceful middle path. Like, you need peace and balance. Something was very unbalanced, and it's coming out underneath the 6 of Swords with these scary waters. So something might have felt like it was rocking your root chakra, or like your stability, man, and that's not an environment. That kind of environment will literally physically put you like in a hospital if you stay there. You can't possibly live with a whole bunch of cortisol in your body for like ever. You can literally get heart problems or autoimmune issues. You push way too far, yeah. And that's something that sociopaths, psychopaths, and people with NPD, anyone that's triggered, especially, they don't have like a limit. They don't do boundaries. They always cross boundaries. They don't respect boundaries. They don't want you to have them. They get offended by them. They punish you for trying to have them, all while trying to give off the impression that they love themselves. Really? If you're somebody that supports the concept of loving self, you would allow and celebrate me having boundaries. You wouldn't punish me for them. But yeah, it's diabolical, the kinds of behaviors that people do sometimes. Like, they'll be victimizing you all while playing victim or acting like you don't love yourself. Meanwhile, you're over here fighting for yourself. You're over here doing the obligations of somebody that would love themselves, like setting boundaries, like sticking up for yourself, like breaking cycles, like not tolerating certain things. And something was just way overbearing, way overstrained. Too much, yeah. There could have been a wizard here, somebody doing magic. A masculine was doing magic, maybe, or somebody was doing magic on a masculine, a good-looking masculine, maybe somebody with fire, sun, moon, Venus, rising, north node in their chart. Okay. Yeah, the devil in reverse. Yeah, you broke free from the devil and you got out of your head. Because it's like, okay, you could have been pushed into a state where obsession was going to fester. And it was psychologically, like, orchestrated that way. You knew that if you stayed here, it was going to be like a trauma bond. It was going to be codependency. It was going to be obsession or something. And you're like, nah, dude, that is not what I'm looking for. That is not the kind of life I'm signing up for. There's no fucking way. I'm a divine emperor, empress, and that's just not what we're doing. Yeah. So you made a decision here, and you move forward. Something was very sad. You were very sad, and you felt very empty about having to leave something behind. Here I'm getting 8-8. Yeah. It's like you could have felt like somebody was trying to trap you, or maybe somebody felt trapped, so they left because they were unhappy, or they, this is somebody who's very hard to please, y'all. It's like there could have been a lot of chemistry with this person. They could have, like, totally been very appealing, attractive to you, maybe great in bed, okay? But passion can't be the foundation of the relationship. Love has to be, trust, values, core values that are worthy of respect. Yeah. It's like, why would you lower your vibration to accommodate somebody that's hurting you? It's like, what? That would be just irrational. So, yeah, so this is like a lost opportunity here. Because something was unbalanced. It really was. You were very overwhelmed by it. It could have affected your mental health for a while. And it's like, nobody that loves you would ever be okay with affecting your mental health to a degree that it could actually leave a trauma imprint on your nervous system to go on vacation. That's just not somebody that has your heart, or a heart at all, really. It's like, so it is what it is, y'all. You really see people's true colors in their actions, not in the things that they say. Fuck words. And I love words, okay? I'm a person who, you can count on my word. You can count on the relationship I have with words. People sometimes use word magic they don't have any respect for words. It's because there's no action behind it, and that's manipulation. If the words and the actions don't match, it's like, that's somebody you can't trust. Okay? And to keep giving chances would be just really not smart. And I know it's really hard when you're really attached to somebody. You have to fight that attachment like an addiction. Because in these cases, every time you run it, you feed the addiction. And you actually become codependent and obsessed and addicted. It mimics the same thing in the body as an addict. And I feel like you were like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not. I don't care how hard it is or how painful it is, because the Queen of Cups feels everything, y'all. Queen of Cups is like a divine feminine too. Queen of Cups is like somebody that you probably didn't understand why you were having to endure it, because you knew you didn't deserve it. It's like, why would, out of all people too, if this was like your person, like, why? How could you? That doesn't make me more attracted to you. That makes me like, ugh. It's like, yeah, exactly. An apology without, just like Beloved said, an apology without change behavior is manipulation. If somebody's a repeat offender, it's manipulation, because that means they just said sorry in the moment to, like, not have to talk about it or deal with it, but they weren't ever planning on honoring you. And anything without honor is a fantasy. It's not real. You might as well be playing a video game. Honor is everything. Honor to your word, honor to your beliefs, and if your beliefs are shitty, don't deal with that person. If somebody's beliefs only consider themselves, then they're basically an occult-like mentality. That's not a belief. That's thinking that you're superior or that other people are your subordinates and don't matter. And that's a huge red flag. Like, you need to swerve immediate, for real. Maybe somebody made it seem like, though, that they were like that in the past, but that they were, like, they put that behind them. They wanted something real, that they wanted something kind, and that's what you gave them, and that only to be 10 of Swords. Like, that could have happened too here. Sagittarius, Scorpio, Capricorn, Taurus, Libra, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and Aquarius are the